everybody. We are getting ready to go to a friend's house for fireworks, to watch some fireworks. And I've been toying around with making like a garden tour. Had some people say that they like seeing pictures of my garden and like seeing what we're doing. And I just thought, well, make a video and show everybody. Okay, so we're back here on the other side of my house, and I'm going to show you some of these cabbages. Never grown cabbage before. Tried. Last year didn't work out. Lots of leaves, of course. But I do have one. We harvested one a few days ago and ate it. But this one, you can see, it's about bigger than a softball. And I'm just going to let these go. I'm not really sure how they're going to grow this late in the year once it gets hot out. This is some lettuce that's bolted. It's butter crunch lettuce. I'm going to feed it to my chickens because they're spoiled. This is what? East facing. It gets half a day's worth of sun, so that's why I put things typically back here that don't require a lot of sun, like these onions, not cucumbers, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, some broccoli that I harvested the top of, and starting to make some little broccoli florets. So we had peas in this bed here, but they, because of the heat, were starting to die back. So what I did was pulled those and planted more green beans because I already had the seeds, and I'm going to see how they're going to do. So far they look like they're doing really well. It's only been about 3 weeks, so we'll see how they do without a ton of sun. I know they're typically planted in the full sun. I'm going to come over here and give this lettuce to my chickens. They act like they're starving, but they are not. They're just heifers. Some peppers. These are called giant Marconi, and it's my first year growing a lot of these things, but they look a little bit like jalapenos, so I was concerned that they got mixed up, and they were. But they're a sweet pepper, so I tried one, and it was about this size when I tried it, and it definitely is a sweet pepper, and it wasn't ripe. I could tell that it probably would get a lot sweeter, so I'm going to leave these for now. This is also a giant Marconi, but it is not, it's a little smaller than the other one, so you can see a little pepper here. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to go through every single thing, but here's some tomato plants. This is something I do want to show you that I'm so excited about. It's our first ripening tomato, and this plant, you can see it's this orange one here. This is called Sun Sugar. It's a yellow variety, so I might let this go another day. I want to make sure it's good and ripe for being able to pick it for like the first tomato of the season. I think it's always really exciting. And I love these cherry tomatoes. They are called black cherry, and I love, first of all, like there is so many on this plant already, and it is getting huge. It is by far my tallest tomato plant and one of the healthiest. They're such a really, you can already tell, you know, it's going to be like, they're going to be like a purple cherry tomato, but I think that even the color now as they're green is just really beautiful. Like it's already almost as tall as me, which is huge. And then I have some of these other guys that are still, this black beauty plant is still only like maybe 2 feet tall. Nope, I lied. This is the Cherokee Purple. It's got a couple tomatoes on it, so maybe I let it grow its tomatoes a little bit too soon in this season, but it's my first year growing heirlooms, and I know they take a while, so I didn't, you know, want to waste any time letting them ripen. So still learning. This is only my second year gardening, so I'm still learning a lot. I'm obviously a tomato lover. It's one of my favorite things to grow, so I get really excited about them. This is a monster zucchini plant. I have 3 of them, but this one is just enormous and looks so healthy still. Last year I only planted one, and I think I lost it to storm damage, but also vine borers. And I've been doing some reading up on the fly that lays its larva on a zucchini plant or a squash, and any kind of squash plant, and lays its eggs on there, and then the eggs hatch and the larva buries into the plant and kills it eventually. So I don't spray anything on my plants, but I don't spray like any pesticides or herbicides or anything on my plants to try to keep the bugs away. I wanted to show you some of my green tomatoes that are really coming along. This one is not an heirloom, it's just an early girl. But I planted 3 early girl plants because I wanted to make sure I had tomatoes as soon as possible, even if they weren't heirlooms. But those are looking really great. The plant is really healthy, and it has a ton of tomatoes on it already. And this one is Amish paste, and like this tomato here is already, look, like the size of bigger than my palm. It's got lots and lots of tomatoes on it already, and it's even got more kind of coming up top. So I'm really excited about that. And another really prolific plant are these Romas, first year growing Romas. And it is just, let's see, just loaded with little tomatoes. I don't think they get very big, but even here at the top, like I bet there's at least 40 tomatoes on this one plant, and it still has flowers and still super healthy. And the same with this one. So I have 2 of those. One of the ones I'm most excited about is called Dr. Witchy's, and it's a yellow slicer. And this one here is already huge. My guess, maybe close to, yeah, it probably won't be close to a pound, but it's definitely the biggest tomato I have so far. Still super green. It's an heirloom, so I don't expect to have one within the next couple of weeks, but I'm definitely really excited about it because it's supposed to be super good and super big. There's some more over there. So Dr. Witchy's yellow tomato, I'm really excited about that one.